Ian Garry just got into an altercation with Sean Strickland at the UFC PI, which means your boy Ian Garry is officially on US soil. He's here for UFC 296, and he's in Strickland's wheelhouse. He's on Strickland's stomping grounds. We know that Sean trains out of Extreme Couture in Vegas, and they just had a very intense run-in at the PI. Let me show you the video that Strickland just posted on his Instagram.
So guys, I went to the PI today, and I ran and cucked Ian Garry. Awkward, man, awkward. He looked at me hard, you know, security had to escort us around. Fucking awkward shit, right? I'm laughing my ass off. But anyways, Gary, I don't fucking hate you, dude. I actually like you. I think you're a fucking funny little dweeb. You make me fucking laugh. I think you're a dumbass fucking kid who got some pussy that was too good for him, and it got in his head, and it fucked you up, I look at you like a victim. I don't want to fight you, bro. I'm happy for your success. I'm happy for you. But if you look at me hard and you're feeling some kind of way, if you're feeling some kind of way that you need to get this shit fucking handled, and you want to look at me hard, and that's what you want, slide up in the DMs, bro. I don't want it, but if that's what you want, you know where to find me, man.
So things got intense. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for this moment, okay? And I'm really hoping that Garry can post the footage online, because we don't really know exactly how this thing went down. We know that Strickland is a little bit awkward in these stare downs. He doesn't like to look people in the eyes. He's usually the guy that's laughing about it if someone's mean mugging him, because he said this before, and people, they get confused with it because they think it's like, you know, him being soft, or they think that he's afraid to look at people in the eye. Strickland just says that he's worried that he won't be able to control himself if he looks people in the eyes at weigh-ins. And that's at weigh-ins where there's not even heat on it at all times. But Strickland says that he has violent thoughts, really violent thoughts, and it gets bad when he's looking someone in the eye. And I'm sure that maybe Strickland looked a little bit awkward, but we know Strickland is the last guy to shy away from a fight, a street fight, a PI fight, and Garry is doubling down. This is what we really need to get to, guys, because I could already see the MMA community jumping on Ian Garry, and let's be honest, we have a reason to dislike Ian Garry. He's in love with himself. He's hard to resonate with. He's incredibly egotistical. He's delusional. He's annoying. He's screechy. You name it, we can go on all day. But one thing's for sure, the man is popping in the MMA media. He's as relevant as you can possibly get. And this is good for Ian Garry, because even if it's not intentional, and I'm talking about him doubling down and turning heel, some people were saying that it's kind of hard for Ian Garry to turn heel because being this pathetic, all right, is not a good way to be a heel. But at the end of the day, we're talking about the most hated man in the UFC. And what's he doing? Well, he's basically mean mugging one of the most beloved UFC fighters in the game. Not everyone likes Strickland. Strickland is polarizing. But most UFC fans love Sean Strickland. They're entertained by him. He's a fan favorite. Garry is on US soil, mean mugging Sean Strickland of all people. What a way to make a big statement entering the United States. I'm sure a lot of silly MMA fans are going to be saying, wow, who does he think he is, man? Just cut Ian Garry, man. He's out of his bounds. No, we want this to happen. We want this to happen because he's about to light up fight week. And my official prediction is that Ian Garry is going to totally dominate the news next week and this week, especially if he drops some footage of him getting into it with Sean Strickland, because we know Garry carries around a camera everywhere. And so now there's this built-in drama, and I know fans are going to be hard on Ian Garry, but this is great. Like, this is amazing. You know, I made a video on how Ian Garry should conduct himself on fight week, and I said that the last thing he should do, considering he'll never be a fan favorite, and I think you guys will agree with that, even if he makes amends and tries his best to do damage control, to apologize to people and dap people up, listen, he'll still never be a fan favorite. We're just not going to get behind him. He's just too cringy and whatnot. And so for that reason, he should double down. He should walk around, chin held high, mean mugging people, you know, getting into a little beef with his ex-teammate Vicente Luque, because let's be honest, he already has a beef with like half the guys at Kill Cliff FC. I doubt he'll be welcomed in that gym in the future. He's been kicked out of so many gyms as well. I mean, listen, it's time for Ian Garry to own this situation, and I think he's doing just that. This is good. This is entertaining. And a lot of you might be in the comments saying, wow, man, you're getting behind Garry, man. What the heck? But at the end of the day, It's not that I'm like rooting for Ian Garry and I love this guy so much. It's that he's creating fun, entertaining moments. He's getting into it with Strickland. He has Strickland posting on his social media that, hey man, like, listen, I don't want this, man. You're looking at me like a hard man. If you want to do this, you know where to find me. We can get into it. And Ian Garry, if he's this crazy, okay, because we know he's crazy, if he's this delusional, if he's this blinded by what's going on in front of him, because again, she wrote the book, he still hasn't caught on to it. He's living in this really weird situation. If he doesn't recognize how silly he looks right now, and maybe he just doesn't care, you think he cares about getting into a scrap with Sean Strickland? I don't think so at all. His wife would probably love that as well, because we know that she is the brains behind the operation, and she was egging him on to fight Khamzat Chimaev in an elevator as well. She would love Ian Garry to get into it with fan favorite Sean Strickland. That would be big. That would make headlines. That would go crazy viral. He's doing his thing. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying Ian Garry should be doing this to create a massive name, to generate hype. Because even though you guys don't like him, you'll be tuning in to videos like this talking about it. You'll be tuning in to Sean Strickland's post on Ian Garry. Okay? Sean Strickland makes a post about Khalil Roundtree. It'll get like a quarter of the views. All right? Sean Strickland makes a post about Bilal Muhammad. It'll get an eighth of the views that an Ian Garry video will get. And content creators love it. Fans love it. You'll want to tune into his next fight. He needs to take advantage of the situation. So I'm hoping that Ian Garry gets into another confrontation at the PI. I really do. And I'm not saying I want him to get into a bunch of fights, but it's going to make for great moments. It's going to make for great drama TV. And us MMA fans, we love this stuff. We really do. All right, if you're acting like, oh, I'm too good for the Flash, I'm too good for the storylines, if I wanted to watch WWE, I'd just watch WWE, then okay, congrats. I guess we'll give you a round of applause because you're a super hardcore fan and you don't care about drama. But listen, people love this stuff, and I think you guys will agree with me. Let me know in the comments right now if you think that this is good for his career, or if you think he should, like, you know, take his foot off the gas and lay low, not go to the press conference. No, man, it's going to be too bad if he goes to the press conference. It's not. Colby Covington's going to call him, you know, some silly nickname and whatnot, and that'll be funny. I'm really looking forward to it as well. But I think it's clear right now that this dude just stepped foot in the U.S. the first day he's making headlines again. So Ian Garry's really out here taking over the game. For real. Like it or not, it's time to fucking get on board, because we are about to witness one of the best heels in the sport, one of the most exciting fighters to root against, has finally hit the big time. It's Ian Garry, Israel Adesanya 2.0. I was calling this. I was saying after his last fight with Neil Magny, this dude is Izzy 2.0. It's even going to be bigger than that. It's going to be worse than Izzy, honestly. There's still a ton of people that like Adesanya, not many people like Ian Garry. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, I'm really looking forward to some footage surfacing of this moment.
What's up, guys? It's Lucas Tracy MMA, and I'm wondering if you're trying to look like Yoel Romero. Well, if you don't have his genetics, that's impossible, but I could at least help you get halfway there with my ultimate lifting program, and if you're a beginner, my novice lifting program. These are programs that I've used my 9 years of experience in the gym to make so that you can put on as much muscle as possible in as little amount of time as possible. And it'll also give you a variety of workouts so that you never get tired of the gym. So if you're interested, click the link in my description. And for a discount, use code MMA for 30% off.